world? What up, world? What up, world? It's your boy Vic XL, and this is the Round and Dirty Show, where we bridge the gap between hip hop and everyday life. First and foremost, I want to say one time for all my Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, all my Buffalo Bills fans, all my I can't remember who else won. Tampa Bay, Buffalo, Kansas City, and last but not least, the good people over at Green Bay. One time to all you guys, man. All my football fans who are rocking with those 4 teams, you are the final 4. Next week, we'll decide who's going to the Super Bowl. All right? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Let's get into it. This is your boy Vic XL, and this is the Round and Dirty Show, where we bridge the gap between hip-hop and everyday life. One time for all the good people on the check-in on Facebook Live. I love you guys. All right, man, I always got to start the show out by saying one time for the good people over at WRFG, 89.3 FM Atlanta. Also got to say one time for the good people over at live365.com, our internet radio home, all right? Our FM radio home, our internet radio home. One time for everybody who works very, very hard to make everything possible. One time for all the streaming sites that allow us to upload all our interviews. Everyone who makes it possible for this platform to grow. Definitely one time for you guys. I definitely appreciate your love, support, and your hard work. Let me tell you a little bit about Live 365. All right, Live 365 is the internet's oldest and longest running streaming source. But they're not just your average streaming source. No, what they are a company that allows terrestrial radio, college radio, left end of the dial radio stations to broadcast via the internet with the usage of their server. That's right, they are the largest platform for internet radio. But they're not just a large platform for internet radio. No, they are media-based tracking, which means all songs played through the stations that are affiliated with Live 365, they receive royalties. So if you're registered through ASCAP, BMI Sound Exchange, then you will get paid for a play. And I'm proud to announce that we partnered up with Live 365 and launched our own station, Ride 95. All right, so definitely visit live365.com. In the search engine, type in Ride 95, click on our station logo, and you'll have music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you want to check us out via your mobile device, download the app, Live 365, go to the search engine, type in Ride 95, click on the station logo, and again, music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. All right? One time for everybody who works really, really hard to make those platforms run effectively and, allow us the opportunity to bring y'all good interviews, good music, and great original content. All right, definitely appreciate everybody's hard work. One time for our good sponsor, the people over at Liquor Lollipops. Liquor Lollipops is a premium hard candy designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage. All right, they're designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage. You like gin and juice? They got it. Sex on the beach? They got it. Tequila sunrise? They got it. All right, visit them at liquorlollipops.com. Find out how you can become a brand ambassador or have Liquor Lollipops at your next event. Again, make sure you let them know Vic XL and the Round and Dirty Show sent you. They've been rocking with us, and we've been rocking with them for a long time now. So definitely one time for them. Again, one time for live365.com, one time for WRFG 89.3 FM, and one time for liquorlollipops.com. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, y'all know how we rock over here. We're always bringing you the people who will help shaping and molding our culture brick by brick, day by day, second by second. All right? If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a philanthropist, if you're an artist, if you are an author, director, if you're just trying to change the world for the betterment of the people in it, then this is the platform for you. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight is no different than any other night on the Ride and Dirty platform. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show, C.A. Brown. What's going on, my G?
Yo, what's up? What's poppin', man? What's poppin'? I'm glad to be here, man. What's going on?
Man, I'm definitely glad to have you on the show. I always like to say welcome and thank you for taking the opportunity and the time just to speak with us for a little while about what you got going on.
Oh, no doubt, man. No doubt. It's an honor.
All right, so look, let's get into it. Let's let the world know where Mr. C.A. Brown is from and what made you realize you had a talent to get in this music industry.
Oh well, I'm from Chicago Heights, Illinois. It's a little suburb right outside of Chicago. Born and raised here. But I've been, as far as what let me know I had a purpose in this music thing. I've been doing this since I was probably about 12 years old. When I my big cousins and my big brothers used to listen to NWA. You know what I'm saying? Back in the house when I was coming up. And there was something about it was just something about the vibe of the music back then that I just I gravitated to at an early age, and I just kind of knew that this was my place. And I started. I probably recorded my first song when I was about 14. And I got good reception to it, and I just I've been doing it ever since.
All right, now when you were listening to NWA and some of the music of some of the people that were older than you, what about that music motivated you to realize, like, you know what, I can attempt to make my mark on the world as well?
Well, at that young of an age, I was just intrigued by the art form. It was just something about when I heard the music, for some reason I just gravitated to it. It's like when I heard Eazy-E for the first time, it was just like, wow. It was just like I was just intrigued, and it created a fascination in me that made me want to see if I could do that myself. And and when I did, I tried to write my first rap, and I just kind of got better and better. And like I said, by the time I got like 14, I was able to go to the studio for the first time and recorded my first song. And when I seen the people's reception to it, it just kind of made me want to pursue, what I'm saying, in a career in that direction, because, the reception was good from it. And by me having positive feedback, it made me feel good about it.
No doubt. No doubt. Now, what was that first studio experience like? Like, were you nervous? Was it easy? What was that first studio experience like for you?
If I had to recall, it was just, it was fun. I wasn't nervous. I was excited. But I will say, I didn't know that I didn't know what to expect. When I came into it, I didn't realize that it was a little bit harder than what I thought. It was more than just saying a rap. Actually performing a rap in the studio and actually delivering it a certain way. I had to learn that. That was a little bit harder than what I had projected it to be.
All right, let's talk a little about Chicago and the area you grew up in. All right, unfortunately, a lot of the world know about the violence that plagued Chicago. What was it like growing up in Chicago for you?
Well, like I said, I'm actually from Chicago Heights, which is a suburb right outside of Chicago, but it's basically the same culture. Like it's heavily gang culture influence. It's a lot of drug influence culture, and stuff like that. High crime rate, but you just got to learn how to navigate through it as a kid. It was kind of easy to get wrapped up in the wrong things, but just thankfully, I made it out of that point, and I'm here today, to still be able to talk about it, so I'm thankful for that, but Chicago as a whole, it can be pretty difficult to navigate through, just growing up as a kid.
All right. Being an independent artist, and being from Chicago is definitely rich when it comes to artists who've hit the plateau of stardom, from Kanye West to Chance the Rapper, Twister, Do or Die, the list goes on and on. Being an independent artist in 2021, what has been some of the most challenging things for you?
Well, by us being in the middle of a pandemic right now, it's a little difficult because you don't have access to a lot of things. Like you can't move around and do shows like you would like to. So that part kind of makes it a little bit different to interact with your audience. But I'm thankful we have social media and different platforms like that to be able to still interact and connect. So it's kind of like a gift and a curse because though you can't move around physically, you had people tuning in a little bit more because people been quarantined and all that type of stuff. So they got more time to tune in and interact on the social media, and kind of get in tune with what you got going on, as long as you know how to use your platform the correct way.
All right. Now, when I was reading your bio, I know you grew up in a household with 6 siblings. What was that like?
Well, I didn't actually grow up in the same household with everybody because few of my brothers and sisters, they were fairly older than I was, and like some of them were half siblings, you know what I'm saying? So but I just don't consider anybody a half sibling. Like my father had children prior to the relationship with my mom, and so did my mom. She has children, so they're all, I consider them all my siblings. So I actually grew up though in the household almost like the only child because it was a big age gap between us all. So I kind of grew up like the only child in a way, but I did have siblings, from my mom and from my dad that I could reach out to, but I didn't grow up with them.
Okay.
No.
All right, no doubt. Now, you formerly recorded as Trigger Trend. Why the name change?
Well, Trigger Trend was just like a former version of myself. It was the younger version of myself that was more reckless and more focused on street content. As Trigger Trend, I was in a box. So the name that I go under now is C.A.Brown. Which is actually my real name, Corey Anthony Brown. I chose to go with the name change because it was just a show of growth. I just wanted to kind of remove the ceiling and remove the alter ego because I got to a point in my life where I realized that I was good enough for myself without having to be a character. So I kind of removed the ceiling when I came into the C.A.Brown, because I wanted to bring people into a more profound part of my life, my whole life. I didn't want to just focus on the streets because that's only one part of your life. So I wanted to bring people into my real life and try to capture more emotion through the music and make my audience identify with me more.
Okay. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Chicago. All right. When Chicago first emerged on the scene, it was kind of known for its let's go call it the Twister style or the up-tempo artists like Do or Die, Twister, The Brat, a lot of artists like that. Then came along your artists like Common, Kanye, Chance the Rapper, who brought a lot of substance. And then along came drill. So Chicago has been known to me to birth different styles of hip-hop. Where do you fit in those styles, and what made you choose the lane you chose over the lanes that you didn't?
Well, right now I would consider myself more conscious, more on the conscious side, and I kind of chose to go with that lane because of the state of the world right now. I kind of felt like it was like certain things need to be said at a time that we're in right now, with the climate of the country. So I kind of wanted to give meaningful content, and give a conscious perspective on what's going on right now. I didn't want to. I'm a little too old to be rapping drill, and stuff like that, especially at a time like now. I kind of felt a little bit crazy to be rapping about something that doesn't really make sense. There's so much going on in the world right now. You know, I felt like my voice needed to be used in the right way at a time like this, you know.
Okay. As Trigger Trend, you had 5 releases. What was the reception of your fans with those 5 releases between 2010 and 2017?
Well, I always got positive reception, you know, but I do feel like I said, I was in a box, you know. I was only catering to a small audience, you know. So I got reception, but not the reception I was looking for, not the reception I deserved. Like right now, when I just released the album King's Testimony, that's my first project under the c.a.brown name, and the reception that I'm getting right now is much different than what I got all the years that I went under Trigger Trend, because it's just more heartfelt. It's more me, you know, and so it's much different now. As Trigger Trend, I don't feel like my voice. I feel like I was given a voice, you know, to touch the people. As Trigger Trend, I feel like I limited myself and I didn't tap all the way into that. So, you know, now as C.A.Brown, I feel like I'm where I need to be. I feel like I found my purpose in music.
All right. Now, before we touch more on King's Testimony, let's also talk about your entrepreneurship and your Congo brand.
Okay, yeah, Congo, you know, that's a brand that I'm pushing. You know, that's we do clothing, you know, and music, different things like that. Congo stands for Chicago or Nothing Gang Originally. You know, just because, you know, Chicago is the original birthplace of where the gang culture came from. Even though, you know, it turned out to be a negative thing, it actually started off as a thing that was positive and kind of brothers policing their own communities, you know, in the face of injustice and things that were going on back in the days, you know. So even though it turned into something different, gangs actually were meant to be something positive, you know. So Chicago or Nothing Gang Original, you know, is just you know, kind of taking pride in us being the originators of that culture.
All right, no doubt. How are people receiving the merchandise and what you're doing on the entrepreneur side?
Well, you know, everything is good. People love the Congo brand. You know, people love the Congo brand. I did great things with it. You know, it's been received well in the community, especially in Chicago. You know, they love it because, you know, when they love to take pride in our culture. You know, so to put it out there, you know, I got the gorilla on the logo. So, you know, it's just something to take pride in. You know, I got the gorilla with the city skyline on the background. So people in Chicago have received it very well.
All right, no doubt. All right, let's talk about King's Testimony. All right, how long was that project in the making? How many tracks, and who were some of the people and producers you worked with?
Okay, so King's Testimony actually, it's crazy because I actually, when I decided to make King's Testimony, I actually hadn't recorded in a while. You know, I haven't recorded in a minute. I was actually at a spot where I was considering not even doing music, you know, but one day, you know, in the midst of the pandemic and everything, around the time when the pandemic first kicked off and the things happened with George Floyd and stuff like that, you know, it was just on my spirit to make some type of music because of the climate of the world, you know. And I actually had said a prayer because I was unsure if I wanted to record. I actually had said a prayer, you know, and I asked the Most High to if it was meant for me to do music, then, you know, give me something to talk about, because I didn't want to rap for no reason anymore. I wanted to have something to say when I rap. So, you know, next thing you know, after I said that, it was just like, it just started pouring out. So the first record I went to record actually was a song with Beads called, my homie Beads, it's called Cuban Links. And, you know, that was before I was even in the process of making an album. But when I made that song, it was like it sparked a flame, and you know, and it's like the rest of the songs just started flowing. At first, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna make this an EP. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and put out an EP. But the songs were coming so effortlessly, and I had so much to say because I hadn't recorded in a while. I was like, nah, I'm gonna just go ahead and make this an album. So then I started thinking, like, you know, because it was such a personal project, and certain subject matter I was touching on was so personal that I was like, man, you know, what's going to be the title to this, you know? And I came up with the King's Testimony, and I called it King's Testimony because it's like oftentimes when we hear stories about kings, you know, we only hear the glorious triumphant side. We hear the good parts about it, you know, but there's a lot of different sides to being a king. You know, it's a lot of responsibility that comes along with being a king, you know, and a lot of people don't tell you about that part of it. So I wanted to bring people into the other side of being a king because, you know, heavy is the head and where's the crown? You know, everybody can't be a king, although a lot of us would like to carry that title, you know, so that's where the title to the album came from. And then, you know, some of the producers I worked with, I only worked with two producers on this album. I worked with a guy named c.a.brown and another guy by the name of DJ Payne One. I worked with those two guys because, you know, I wanted to bring the feeling back to the music. And they just had a sound that complemented the emotion that I was putting in the music. You know, they had a lot of soulful, heartfelt beats, you know, kind of brought you back in the mind of that Rockefeller music. You know, I wanted to do that because that's kind of the era that I'm from. I want to draw emotion.
All right, no doubt. All right, so we're going to actually play Cuban Link, but I also want to talk about another record that we're going to play, You're a Star. Tell me a little bit about that one.
About You're a Star?
Yes.
Okay, so You're a Star, you know, was a record that, you know, when I got the beat from DJ Payne One, shout out Payne One, when I heard the beat, he already had the feature on it, Tina G. She had the hook on there already, you know, when I got it. So it was like when I listened to the beat and that hook, you know, it kind of it made me go to a place, you know, of certain things that I've been through in my life, like with situations that I've been through with, like, being a single father and raising my daughter, you know, just certain situations and battles that she had with depression, you know, sometimes when she wouldn't believe in herself, you know, so it was like I kind of was telling her that in the first verse, I'm kind of telling her that, you know, even at your worst times, I always knew you were a star. I believed in you know, I seen the potential in you, you know, and then in the second verse, I'm kind of speaking about the former version of myself, Trigger Trend. You know, it's kind of me talking to Trigger Trend, like, you know, I downplayed who I really was, you know, and when I removed the ceiling from myself, you know, and allow myself to flow freely, you know what I'm saying, and be who I was as an artist, it's kind of like, you know, just addressing that, kind of saying that I always knew I was a star the whole time, you know. So it's a real deep, heartfelt record. It's one of the more personal records on the album.
All right, real quick, tell me how social media has affected how you get your music to your fans, especially during the pandemic.
Social media is a great thing during the pandemic because it's really one of the only ways to connect with the fans, like I said, because you can't move around. You can't go do shows. You know, you can't actually interact with people in person. So social media, you know, as long as you have content and you using your platforms the right way, you know, social media is your best friend during the pandemic, you know, because you can, you know, a lot of people are in quarantine, don't have nothing to do, and they're more in tune with you like that on social media. So if you use your platforms the right way, social media is your best friend at a time like now.
All right. All right. One song I want to ask you about. We're not playing it, but I'm dropping the video link on my Facebook page. Make America Great.
Okay.
Make America Great. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. Okay, so Make America Great. You know, well, the inspiration of that song just came because, as you know, the president that we've had, Mr. Trump, he has a slogan titled "Make America Great Again." So in my mind, when I hear "Make America Great Again," I'm thinking like, when has America ever been great for us as a people? As people of color. When has America ever been great for us? So it was certain things, especially when I heard the beat. It was the beat. It's a sample in the beat. It's saying "God Save America." So when I heard that sample in the beat, I just needed to touch bases on the climate of the country right now, with Trump in office, and he's got this slogan, "Make America Great Again." So I just kind of wanted to touch bases on a few things that would make America great for me, and us as a people. It was kind of a saying to say, "Make America Great," and removing the again. It was kind of my way of speaking and how I would like to even the playing field for us as a whole.
Okay. All right. We're going. Like I said, I'm dropping that video link on my Facebook page for everybody to check it out. Do me a favor. I want you to introduce the two records, Cuban Links and You're a Star. But
90 seconds.
Before you introduce those records, let the people know how to find C.A. Brown on the World Wide Web.
Okay, so to everybody that's listening, on IG, on Instagram, go follow me at Mr._C.A.brown. That's on Instagram. On Facebook, I have a fan page, c.a.brown.
60 seconds.
My personal page on Facebook is Corey Brown, and Corey Brown. You will know it's me because you will see the album cover artwork on there. On Twitter, I'm C.A. Brown Official, and I have a YouTube channel. It's actually Congo Original, CONGO Originals. So yeah, that's all my social media platforms. Go follow me.
All right, introduce both those joints for me.
Okay, which one we getting into first?
However you say them, that's how I'm gonna play them.
Okay, so let's get into Cuban Links first. Cuban Links produced by Will Brown, featuring my homie Bees.
10
let's
seconds.
Get into that with Cuban Links.
All right, then after that, what we're going to drop?
We're going to drop You're a Star, and that one is produced by DJ Payne 1, featuring Tina G.
Appreciate it, my G. Have a blessed night, and we're going to keep in contact, all right?
Okay, no doubt, bro. Thank you for having me.
Two niggas, two hoods, same struggle. I just rolled the dice on my last investment, made $500,000. A lot of sucker niggas do a lot of sucker things, but only the real gon' shine, you feel me? It's about ownership, it's about bossing up, leveling up. Let's talk to him, Trigger. I pray I see the day my niggas get a check. Bunch of bosses celebrating cause we free from debt. Money make the world go round, but you can't buy respect. Brand new Cuban like a trophy swinging from my neck. Big Cuban Links, big body Benzes, top of the world. I'm staying down through these Gucci lenses. We living life ain't sparing no expenses. Tunnel vision. Every day I'm focused on my riches. Building with my missus. We just started up a business. I'm talking ownership and hopes to motivate the trenches on what I'm feeling. When you young, like rich and independent. When can't nobody tell you shit, that's when you know you winning. When you do what the fuck you want, that's how you know you living. Sky's the limit. When you believe there's no such thing as ceiling. They dreaming about that brand new rap with stars up in the ceiling. Won't settle for a couple bricks, I'm trying to buy a building. My ambitions may be feelings on this quest for millions. Them haters know I'm in my bag, so now they in their feelings. I pray the Lord to make a better way for all my niggas. Outstanding member in my hood, I dealt with all the dealers. I pray I see the day my niggas get a check. Bunch of bosses celebrating cause we free from debt. Money makes the world go round, but you can't buy respect. Brand new Cuban like a trophy swinging from my neck. I pray I see the day my niggas get a check. Bunch of bosses celebrating cause we free from debt. Money makes the world go round, but you can't buy respect. Brand new Cuban like the trophy swinging from my neck. Union home improvements have to fix my TransUnion. I'm advanced, I'm a student when I ball like I'm stupid at the dealership. Treat me like I got a membership, no down payment sign off. You can check the penmanship. I got benefits, credit card, bitches limitless. I just spit my stimulus, invest in supremacists. Ballin' beat. Hear the money calling me, money talk, little nigga. You don't wanna joke with me. Bitch, I'm on a different level, make them wanna audit me. Got my lawyers on the redefined prison policies. Henny X flow, next flow, check the Cuban link. Diamond ring, celebrate every time a new release. Used to want a new Caprice. I could buy, I could lease. I just bought a new piece. Put some diamonds on my knees. Used to chase the record deal. You connect my relatives. Now I'm live on Zoom. Meetings with executives. Oh, yeah. VIPB. What up, Trick? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. When she was down, I told her pick up your head, adjust your crown. It's fucked up when your moms will put you down and she wasn't at the school to see you in your cap and gown. You went through a lot and I felt your pain. I couldn't save you from that and I'm still ashamed. I tried to be your umbrella throughout the rain. Wasn't properly prepared as a parent, I take the blame. Tried to keep you encouraged, you was discouraged. Battles with depression and time you question your purpose. But even at your worst, I always knew your worth. Became a beautiful rose, emerged from the dirt. Heard you just signed a lease, you got a place now. So tell me what them non-believers gotta say now. I always knew your potential, I never doubted you. I been knew you could do it, I'm super proud of you. Step into your greatness. I've always seen who you are. Even when you doubted your dreaming, I knew you were a star. When the blood in the king's veins taken for granted, not understanding my potential to conquer the planet. This was God's plan, me, I'm just following suit. No longer bounded by the gimmicks, I'm living my truth. I used to downplay my talent and settle for less. My mind state was never average, I'm one of the best. Yes, at times I thought of quitting, but I never been a quitter, my nigga, who am I kidding? Done some soul searching and found a different approach. Dropped the alter ego, and now I'm one of the goats. In order to advance, Trigger Man had to die. I found Mr. Brown, now the limit is the sky. Praise the Most High for revealing my real truth. I no longer have a ceiling when I'm spitting in the booth. I'm hoping to encourage my people and teach the youth. And I'm far from my peak, my dream's still in pursuit. Step into your greatness. I've always seen who you are. Even when you doubted your dreaming, I knew you were a star. Yeah, for everybody with a dream, keep dreaming. If you believe it, you can achieve it. You a star.
I see who you are. Don't you ever doubt your potential. Yeah.
All right, that was my man C.A. Brown representing Crown Heights, Illinois. All right, it's your boy Vic XL. This is the Ryan Dirty Show. We'll see you guys later with another exciting interview. All right, we bridge the gap between hip hop and everyday life. Y'all stay black. Keep it gangster. Peace.